Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Network Chuck. Okay, I am 30 years old, and I'm gonna turn off my sound because that's really annoying. I'm 30 years old, and yesterday is my birthday. And being 30 is kind of a weird thing for me because when I spent my whole life thinking 30 was super old, and now that I'm 30, I feel pretty old. No, I mean I don't feel old. I feel like I've lived some life. And if everyone can hear me, just give me a thumbs up or something, whatever. Um, Hold on, though. I need some coffee. 30-year-olds need lots of coffee. Old people need lots of coffee. So on this live stream, I will be giving 5 thoughts about being 30. Now, I say that a lot of people are saying, okay, I get this. Maybe you're thinking this guy's 30 years old. What does this guy know? Maybe you're thinking I'm wet behind the ears. I'm still young. Noted, and I hope that's true. I hope it feels like that. But I will say this, from this perspective, I'm coming at you as a 30-year-old. I have 4 kids. I'll be married for 10 years in December. I've switched careers twice, had multiple surgeries. I'm pretty sure I already have arthritis, and I'm always tired. So I want to say 30 going on 50. So that's my perspective coming to you today. And I'm going to check the chat, make sure everything looks good. 30 is just the new 18? I really hope so. And that's kind of part of my 5 things. Now, I will be announcing the winners to the giveaway on the chat. Or not the chat, but our chat right here. Don't you even think for a second I'm going to give that away at the very beginning. I want to give you some stuff first, and then we'll talk about who won the stuff, right? So anyways, 5 thoughts, and I have them here. And actually, I'm gonna draw on my face real quick. And I gotta be able to look at myself and make sure it looks good. Make sure this works. No, it doesn't work. There we go. All right, beautiful. Okay, so 5 thoughts on being 30 years old. Number 1. Do not wait for the important things. What do I mean by that? The important things in life, you have to decide what that is for yourself. I'm going to get that off my face now because that looks ridiculous. The important things in life, you have to decide what that is for yourself. For me, that was having a family, having children, getting married. I did all those things super, super early in life. Some might say way too early. Like I should have waited to have more experience in life to be able to experience those things. But I can tell you, after being married for almost 10 years, having 4 children from the ages of 8 to 0, I'm so glad I didn't wait for any of that. And it's not just children either. Like I'm not just talking about children. What did I write down? Careers and jobs too. Like if you're whatever age you're at right now, and you have goals, ambitions, or whatever's important to you, do not wait for any of that. If you want to become a network engineer and you're just starting out, like you're studying for A+, and your end goal is to become a network engineer, think of yourself as a network engineer. Consider yourself a network engineer. Set that mindset now. And start applying for jobs. Start playing with networking. Do things that a network engineer would do. Start playing with Cisco routers. Don't wait for that stuff. Start applying for jobs. Don't wait for that. Don't feel like you have to go to college for 4 years and go through all these life milestones. No, you can hack any of that. You can skip any of the steps. You don't have to wait for anything. Just do what you want to do. I know for me, the traditional thing was to go to college. Wait a little bit, date for a while, be engaged for a while, then get married, and then wait 5 years and have kids. I was like, no, I'm pretty confident about what I want, and I'm not going to listen to traditional knowledge or nonsense. I'm just going to do it, and I did. And don't think for a second it was easy. It wasn't easy, but it was totally worth it. So don't wait for the important things in life, whether it's family, life goals, career things. Don't wait. Just do it now. Do it now, no matter what age you're at. I love seeing people like Michael, the 16-year-old or however old he is now. He's almost got a CCIE or something, but he didn't wait, did he? He could have waited till he graduated high school to get a CCNA, then CCNP. But no, he figured out that he likes Cisco networking, and he's doing it right now while he's still in high school. That's what you should do. Don't wait for anything. Just decide now what you want and do it. Don't wait for anything. I'm going to erase this real quick and move on to the next one. I want to check the chat real quick to make sure everything's kosher. How's everyone doing tonight? Let me know while I sip my coffee. But anyways, let's get to number 2. And let me know if I'm droning on, like you don't care about this. I'll probably just ignore you and do it anyway. But, yeah. Come on. There we go. Photoshop woes. Number 2. And I'll put it down here this time so it looks prettier. Perfect. Awesome. Now, I did say don't wait. That was number 1. For anything that's important. But number 2, I want to say be patient. Now, this can be interpreted in a few different ways, but I want to tell you what I think you should consider when I say be patient. I don't mean wait to start doing what you love doing. No, do that now. Do what you want to do now. But when I say be patient, don't decide that what you're doing isn't working too quickly. Like maybe you're getting into IT and it's hard. Like you've hit a rock, you've hit a stumbling block, like maybe you're hitting subnetting or something that just makes you feel like a complete buffoon, like an idiot. Like, whoa, IT is not for me. Or maybe you're comparing yourself to all these other people. Like maybe there's other guys at your company, or you're looking on Twitter and all these geniuses are typing away about having all these things they're doing. You're like, wow, I'm an ape. I'm a monkey. I don't know what I'm doing. No, be patient. Keep going. Try it out. Don't just stop. You have to be patient and push through those hard times. Then the other side of it, speaking from the terms of being 30, is that you also have time. Like, don't feel like, oh crap, this IT thing isn't working. I need to figure out really quick what I have to do because I'm running out of time. If IT isn't working, then I got to switch and I've got to become a pharmacist or something. I don't know. No. You do have time. So while I encourage you not to wait for the important things, you also have to be patient. If you've already decided something important and you're seeing it through, see it through. Finish it. If you're working on your CCNA and you're not really sure you like networking, it's not going to hurt you to finish your CCNA. And you might find along the journey that you fall in love with it, like you naturally will, because networking is amazing. Or any IT career, programming, learning Python, learning Linux, becoming a Linux admin or a Windows admin, whatever it is. Stick with it. Be patient. You have time. And I tell that to myself now that I'm 30. I'm like, I see all these people on Twitter like doing Python and doing this and that and that. I'm like, okay, well, I have to learn this first and this first. No. You have time. Be patient. That was number 2. Be patient. Yeah, become a pharmacist. I've never wanted to become a pharmacist. I've wanted to become a lot of things. Like I'm one of those people, like when I was younger, I never knew what I wanted to be. So I kind of like just wanted to be everything. But anyways, number 3. That's the wrong pen. Try everything. Now, I'm just saying everything because I don't want to write out what I actually said. What I mean is try as much as you can. Don't be afraid to step out and do things that you're uncomfortable doing. A few weeks ago, or maybe it was a month ago, I challenged you to, for your career, to start creating a blog or creating a YouTube video or a channel, or be more active and proactive about your career and documenting what you're doing. So if you're studying for CCNA, post and teach people about CCNA. For a lot of you, that might have been extremely uncomfortable. Just do it. Don't be afraid of it. Try everything. I'm speaking from that as like a 30-year-old here who I've changed careers probably 3 times. I've become, I was a plumber, salesman kind of thing guy. I don't know anything about plumbing. I was selling toilets. And then I became a missionary. I moved to Canada. That was a very short amount of time. And then I fell in love with IT, and I became an IT engineer, then I became a network engineer, then I became a phone engineer, and I kind of just became, jack of all trades in that. And then I made one of the scariest transitions ever about 2 years ago. It was joining CBT Nuggets, becoming I went from being a network engineer, working in the field, actually working with the stuff I love. I went from being that to teaching. And the reason that was scary for me is because I wasn't sure I'd be good at it. I thought I would fail. Like, I legit thought I would fail. And the only thing that kept me going was thinking, I can bounce back. If this doesn't work, I can bounce back and just come back to network engineering or do something else. That's my advice for you. Like, don't be afraid to try something new. If you have something in front of you right now that you're kind of just apprehensive, you think you might not be good at it, just do it. Because you get time to bounce back. Try it. You do not want to live your life and having not tried something you really wanted to try. I would hate myself if I hadn't made that decision to do CBT Nuggets, to become a trainer. It was such a weird thing for me. Like, I honestly thought I couldn't do it. I didn't feel like I should even do it. Like Jeremy Chara, Anthony Sequeira, Keith Barker, all these people who are incredible. I can't hold a candle to these guys. I don't deserve to be among them. All these doubts, all these fears. But no, I just try everything seriously. Don't be afraid to branch out. And this could be IT. Like if you're scared to become a programmer because you think you're not good at math or something, try it. Go to Code Academy or something. Just do it. Try it. You will regret not doing it. Just do it. All right, number 4. And I think I'm just gonna skip writing it down. Maybe no, I'm gonna write it down. This coffee's exceptionally good today. Just gonna check the chat. Everyone good? I will be announcing the winners to the giveaways. So I'm talking about Synology, Boson, David Bombal, and I'll even announce the Instagram contest where I was giving away my my Vacpot coffee maker. I'll be doing that here in a moment too. All right, so number 4. And by the way, if you are 30 or above and you have some wisdom or thoughts that you'd like to share with me and others, let me know. I will read that, and it will be helpful. Number 4. Wrong tool. Stupid thing. I love technology. All right, number 4. Figure out what is important. I was going to say figure out the important stuff. Man, my handwriting is not great. Figure out what is important to you as fast as you can. Figure out your mantra. Figure out what you live your life by. Whether it's a faith-based statement, whether you believe in God and you have a faith that you want to follow and live your creed by, figure that out. Or if it's something else, figure out what you want. Is it money, power? Is it fame? Is it family? Figure that out as soon as you can, so you can start making goals that will build that. Because so many people spend all their time, and I kind of talked about this in January a little bit. So many people spend all their time just being busy, but never looking at the big picture. So you have to step back and figure out as soon as you can. I don't care if you're 14 right now and watching me. If you're 14 and watching me, hey, how's it going? If you're 14 and you're just keeping busy, no, step back. Figure out what's important to you. Write it down. Figure out your goals, and then decide what steps you have to take to make that a priority in your life. So for me, I figured out real quick. Like initially, I wanted to become an IT boss, network engineer boss. Just want to be amazing. And I didn't reach it, but I certainly was doing well. But then I figured out real quick, like, whoa, during my hour-long commute both ways, I'm thinking, this is actually not what I really wanted. What I really wanted was freedom. I wanted time. So where I was valuing money, like up here, that a light switch just flicked. I'm like, whoa, it's time I actually wanted. So I flipped over, decided time is what I needed to focus on, and I prioritized my entire life over time. And money is always secondary, but the way I see it, if you're pursuing your passion, money will always come. But my priority is always time. I put time before money. I want to be able to spend as much time with my family. I want to have the freedom of time. So right now, figure out what's important to you. It took me a while to get to that point too. Like when I figured out that time was my biggest thing I wanted to get towards, I had to start making changes. Doing YouTube was one of those things I started to think, like, okay, I gotta figure out sources of income so I can be more free, and YouTube. I'm gonna start YouTube, and then I even changed jobs a few times, and that's always scary. Terrifies me to my core. But if you have that goal in mind, you won't waver. You'll do everything in your power to make that happen. So figure that out. And then number 5. This might be my favorite one, and I could spend all night talking about things that I think are important at 30. I'm sure by the time I'm 40, I'll have a whole different perspective on life because I am wet behind the ears, as some might say. But number 5, and I think a lot of people will agree with this one. Don't be afraid to be an idiot. And I say that as a constant idiot before you now. I catch myself being an idiot all the time, and initially it bothered me. Like when I post a video, especially about a subject I'm not very confident on, like talking about Linux initially terrified me, because I'm like, okay, I've got to spend like 12 hours studying this because I'm such a Linux noob, or posting about Wi-Fi or something. I'm so terrified you guys will tear me apart, or the internet at large will tear me apart. No. It's okay. It's okay to be stupid, because it's just a chance for you to learn. And as you're going through your IT life, as you're going through your IT journey, no matter what step you're at, you're going to feel dumber and dumber and dumber. I talk to CCIEs all the time, and they always tell me the same thing. When you get to that point, you feel like you know nothing, because you realize the wide berth of knowledge you had to get to that point. But it makes you even realize more all that you don't know. And you're just going to hit that block every single step of the way. So don't be afraid to be an idiot. Don't be afraid to be the dumb guy in the room. It's okay to be the dumb guy in the room. That means that you're going to be able to learn from everyone in that room and become smarter. So this is really important for IT, because like I battle imposter syndrome every single day. Like I was battling it today. I had to get out of my funk somehow. And that's part of it. But just be okay with it. Just say I am gonna be better today. I'm going to put myself out there. So make your YouTube videos, make your post, make your blog post, post on LinkedIn. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. But you'll learn. So don't be afraid to be that idiot in the room. It's okay. It's fine. I see a 14-year-old in my chat, which is a weird thing to say, I realize. But hello, welcome to... Anyway, so be an idiot. And I'll sum it up for you guys. Have kids right now. Don't wait for important things. It doesn't have to apply to kids, but it can apply to kids. 2, be patient. You got time. So even though you might feel like, even if you're 50 right now, you still have like a whole life. I study and watch Gary Vee like a hawk. I encourage you to go subscribe to him, but he says this kind of stuff all the time, and he has really motivated me. 3, try as much as you can. Don't be afraid to try everything. 4, figure out what's important right now. And then 5, of course, be an idiot and be okay with it, because that's when you become awesome. And trust me, you learn so much more when you're an idiot. When you think you're a smart guy, you think you're a smart person, you're gonna learn less. Okay, so enough of me jabbering. Let's talk about the winners. I'm gonna turn off the screen. Actually, I'll probably use it here in a second to show the winners. So I'm gonna announce the Synology one last. I'll do let's see, David Bombal first. And I guess I can just show this screen up here. Yeah, I'll just show the screen. No, I don't want to give away locations. Okay, so the winner. I'll write it down. So first I'm going to announce the David Bombal winners. This is the David Bombal training package. He was giving away 3 courses, and this David Bombal's amazing. Anytime I ask him for a course to give away, he's like, "Oh yeah, here's like 20." I'm like, "Calm down, I can't, that's too much." So he's amazing. So if you do not win this, please look at the links below in the description and show David Bombal some love. Go buy his course. Most of the time on Udemy, they're going to be $10 a pop, which, I mean, I know for some is a lot, but in the grand scheme of things versus a lot of courses out there, it's almost nothing. So anyways, let me talk about the winners. And the courses I was giving away. One was his newest course, the Wireshark Ethical Hacking, easier for me to say, Ethical Hacking course. And that thing's awesome. The other is one of my favorites, the Packet Tracer Labs, where he just does a CCNA lab for Packet Tracer. And then the third one, what was that? Oh, Python for Network Engineers. That one's incredible. Oh my gosh, best way to get started in network programmability. Anyways, winner number 1. I'm giving away 10, so bear with me. Drum roll here. First one is, now this is a username, so if you'll know who you are. You'll know who you are. First one is Gino G. You'll get all 3. So every one of these people I announce will get all 3. Gino G, you won. Winner number 2 is Dasha Kemarova. Congrats, Dasha. Winner number 3 is Jack Palmer. Sounds like a CEO or something. Number 4 is Alan Miller. Now, if this starts going over my face, it's okay. Oh, not 50. I got 50 on the brain. Number 5, we have Jeremiah Whalen. There we go. Number 6 is Chen, and then YH. So again, you'll know who you are. Number 7 is Daniel Aslan. 8, we have, I'm running out of room fast, Jansen Nunez. 9, we have Mike Kujper. Yeah, I think I spelled it right. You'll know who you are. And I'll reach out to you guys. And then last but not least, number 10, where'd it go? Spectrum Wireless one. No, it's a person with the username Spectrum. You'll know who you are. So if you're in the chat, just like give a thumbs up. Yeah, you won. And I will be reaching out via your email to send you these courses. And congrats, that's awesome. So that's who won the David Bombal training bundle, which again is just an embarrassing amount of knowledge and training. It's just incredible. Now for the Boson stuff. Boson XSIM, which is their exam simulation software for the CCNA, and the CCNA NetSim, their labbing software. I've used both. Incredible. I will be using it for my CCNP. And again, if you do not win this, again, it's okay, but show Boson some love. Every time I ask Boson to give some stuff away, they are more than happy to oblige. So these people are amazing. Anyways, the winners. I'll do NetSim first. NetSim first. Now this is like hardcore training software. It's incredible. If you can pass the XSIM software stuff and do the NetSim labs, oh my goodness. Anyways, let me get to my competition page here. I'll do NetSim first. And I'm giving away 5 of each. So 5 for the NetSim, 5 for XSIM. Here we go, and make sure you guys can actually see what I'm writing down. Winner number 1. And I apologize again for my horrible handwriting. Winner number 1 is Mohammed Zagal. Congrats. Winner number 2 is Nick Graff. Winner number 3, again, this is Boson NetSim. Just making sure I got that right. For CCNA. Winner number 3, wow, Dasha won again. No, this is not rigged unless he or she is a hacker. Dasha won NetSim as well. Number 4, I've seen this guy around. David Lester. Congrats, Mr. Lester. And number 5, we have, drumroll, Mr. Jacob Malone. Congrats to our Boson NetSim winners. I will reach out to you via email to get you your prize. If you're in the chat, give like a hey or what or something, I don't know. And share Boson with your friends. And use my affiliate links below. It does help out the channel. Helps me do this kind of stuff. Okay, now for XSIM, which again is amazing because if you're studying for Certpocalypse, which February 2020, you got to have everything done. So this will get you ready. This will get you ready. So time for XSIM for CCNA. Again, 5 winners. Here we go. Winner number 1. We have another Jacob. We have Jacob Haymore. Winner number 2. Easy for me to write. We have Tobias Cashion, I think. Yeah, Cashion. That messed up. Winner number 3. We have Dumb My. Winner number 4. We have Gareth Jones. And winner number, did I say 4? Okay, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know how to count. 5 is Julius I. Mendoza. So those are our Boson winners. This was for XSIM. Again, I will reach out to you via email to redeem your prize. Congrats, guys. And if you're in the chat, just like give a woo, yeah, awesome. Fantastic. Okay. Now for, all right, was that all the other ones? Did I miss any? Oh yeah, the Synology one. So this is Synology. Synology is giving away one of their Synology disk stations. And again, Synology is incredible. The disk station's incredible. This one's really fun, and I'm giving away one of these. The winner for Synology. And again, shout out to Synology for doing this. They are also another company where I just asked them, hey, can I give away something? And they're like, yes, go ahead. So they are amazing. So the winner for Synology, just one winner. And they're getting a Synology disk station, which is like a 2-bay. It's the DS218. It's in the link below. And it's they're getting like 2 10 terabyte drives, I think. So it's awesome. And again, show Synology some love. Links below. The winner for the Synology disk station is 10 Bowie, I think. Congrats. I will reach out to you with information. Synology will ship this to you. You are the winner. And I hope you put some good use to it. Throw some Plex on there. Do some Google Drive syncing like the last video I showed. And those are our winners. I will, if you too long didn't read and watch the entire giveaway, I'll put the winners in the description below. But those are our winners. Let me undo my green screen here. And bring up the chat. So, everyone couldn't win. Totally understand that. And again, go show some love to these vendors and buy some stuff. I know. Oh, also, I forgot one thing. I was going to announce the VacPot winner. I did a VacPot contest, and I had it in one of my notes here. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'll just say it. So I did an Instagram contest where I said comment my Instagram posts, and whoever wins this one will win a VacPot coffee maker, which is like my Breaking Bad crazy looking coffee maker. They said, I'll tell you what they said before I say the username. They said, definitely need more coffee if I have any hope in getting my CCNP before Certpocalypse. As always, thanks for the vids. This was Chimera Omega. You are the winner. I will respond to your Instagram comment and get your information and get that to you. Congrats. Again, those coffee makers are incredible. They're not really that expensive, so link below for that as well. I think I put it below. If I didn't, go find it. Well, guys, that's about it. I'm 30 years old. I hit 100K, and actually I hit 150K subscribers I think a few days ago. So things are amazing. That's why I encourage you not to wait for anything. Just do it now. I'll answer a few questions while I'm here before I sign off. Any burning questions or questions about CCNA, CCNP, or Linux or anything? Oh, by the way, so if you follow me on my other social media outlets, I did say that I scheduled my my Linux Plus for today. Well, I had to reschedule. I know y'all saw that coming. See, I'm not afraid to be the idiot. I'm the idiot who didn't study as much. See, this kind of applies to what I was saying. I didn't have a lot of time to study. I took a week off last week. I kind of mentioned in my live stream last week, I don't really take time off very often, but I actually did it. So I rescheduled for October 1st. I would like this to be the last time I reschedule, and I'm going to study for real and get this done. Linux is great. What do I think about learning Docker? Docker is super fun. I did some Docker stuff in my Azure course with CBT Nuggets. I think it's super important, especially as more companies are moving to DevOps. Docker is going to be a huge, maybe not replacement, but you're going to see it more and more used versus like virtual machines, because it's the DevOps mindset and culture. Let's see. So Make Me says, I'm going for ICND 1 November. Do you think I should shell out $300 for Boson David Bombal's mentorship kit? For ICND 1, I would only, I don't know. You have to make sure you get your ICND 2 as well before Certpocalypse, because you're not going to walk away with anything if you just get ICND 1. It's really up to you. If money's tight, you can do it without spending $300 and get packet tracers. So like, I would say this. If you're really hurting for money, you can get David Bomball's Packet Tracer Labs course for $10. You can get his CCNA training course for also $10 when Udemy does their sales, which they do a sale like every week or something. And then you can do Packet Tracer. It's a free download. And that should be enough to get you through your CCNA. Now, if you want to, get extra, get a book. A book will help you get there. Boson's labs are incredible. They're so much easier to work with, and they test you, and it's hard. And I think that's why I love them. It would be worth it. However, don't feel like you have to just like break the bank. That's what I'm kind of encouraging you to do. And make sure you get ICND 1 and ICND 2 done before February 2020. Otherwise, you'll hate yourself. So please. Actually, I was so pleased to hear this. So you know how I mentioned that I have to kind of redo my CCNP. I have to take a route and also switch before February 2020, which, by the way, I got to start studying for that. And I mentioned that there's that 3-year cutoff because I missed it. I did take all 3 exams, and I did pass all 3 exams, but not within 3 years. Someone posted on, I think it was YouTube or Instagram, saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you posted that video because when you told me that, I realized I was out of time." He went back and looked at his testing center thing and realized he only had 2 weeks to pass tshoot, or he was going to lose his eligibility and have to retake switch. So he hurried up and did it, studied for it, took it, and he got CCNP certified. He thought he had like a year. So congrats to that guy. I forgot his name, but it's crazy. And I apologize if I can miss your chats. Someone commented, right? Yeah, it is. The chat blows up pretty quickly. Ben Bowman mentioned that he worked with a senior network engineer the past weekend. It was very motivating, and it's very motivating. Blah blah blah. I'm getting tired. It's very motivating to shadow colleagues if you have a chance. Oh, absolutely. I think if you're a beginner network engineer or even just a beginner IT engineer and you want to be whatever, pick someone who is that and become their shadow. Like as much as you can, learn from them. Because everyone will tell you, you study for your CCNA, you study for any of this stuff, the things you learn in books are great, but it'll only take you so far. Real life experience, real on-the-job experience will give you so much more than you could ever imagine. So get that, glean that from those guys. All right, well, I think I'm going to end up ending this pretty quick, but I'll look for a few more questions here. Here's a great question. What are prerequisites for AWS? And I'm gonna answer the question for AWS and Azure because I do also teach Azure. The prerequisites would be, I think, at bare minimum, A+ level knowledge. Like you don't need to have your CCNA to do the Solutions Architect or the Azure Associate exam. So I think bare minimum you want to have like an A+ level knowledge, maybe Network Plus. The problem is with cloud, what's crazy about cloud is it's combining the knowledge of so many disciplines and just it's in the cloud. So like you have to know a little bit about servers and storage and networking. You don't have to be an expert in any of those disciplines, but you have to know enough about it to know that okay, it's this way on-prem, it's going to be this way in the cloud, and that's basically what you're learning. So it's difficult to say what the prerequisite is because you kind of have to have a little base knowledge of those you have to know how storage works. You have to know how servers work. When you're working in the cloud, you'll be deploying Windows servers. You'll be deploying LDAP. You'll be deploying Linux servers. You have to know how to work with Linux. So there's all these like things that it just depends. I guess that's what I'm getting at. You can get your Azure Associate. You can get your AWS Solutions Architect. But it's kind of like one of those certifications. It'll only be as strong as the prerequisite knowledge you have. So if you know a ton about servers, you know a ton about Linux, you know a ton about networking, that will make you a super powerful AWS admin. I think the cert alone will make you amazing. I think all the underlying knowledge is what really sets you apart. CompTIA versus Cisco certs from John Bear. Well, that's always a controversial topic, isn't it? Cisco still is king all the time, forever. They just are. CompTIA has their place. So like Linux Plus, it's good certification. It's got good branding. That's how I judge a certification. It's because most people are getting their certifications to get a job, right? That's what you're doing it for. So I always look at it, how good is it on the market? Is it good for marketing yourself? When you put it on your resume, is it going to pack a punch? Are people going to look at it? So Linux Plus is a good one. A+ is fine for help desk, but when you start looking for admin jobs, you're going to want to start looking for like Microsoft certifications, Cisco certifications. So a lot of people ask Network Plus or CCNA or CCENT. With that new CCNA coming out, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a no-brainer for me. The new CCNA has some things taken away, some things added. So they've added some wireless, they've added some security. It's different. It has more in it, and I think it's more akin. They did not like it when I made this comparison, but it's more akin to the Network Plus. So it has, I'd say the CCNA is still hard, still difficult, still very networking focused, but they've broadened out enough to be similar to the Network Plus. So when deciding on either a Network Plus or CCNA all day, just because the name alone will get on your resume, and people assume you know everything else if you have your CCNA. So, no brainer. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Cobra, it's 2:40 a.m. where you are. I admire your your tenacity in staying up. We got spamming people here. Guys, stop spamming. That's not cool. Thank you, IT Career Skills, for flagging them. Actually, great question from Zechariah. Did I go to school for networking or just start learning on my own? I am a huge advocate for... I'm sorry if you got flagged for spam. I'm a huge advocate at self-study. I do not believe in school so much. Some people like school. Some people love classroom settings. Totally get that. Where I'm at against school is that school costs so much, and it does take a lot of time. I think self-study and on-the-job experience is way more valuable. I think if you're not good at self-studying, you prefer classroom settings, I think learning how to self-study will be even more beneficial for you, because when you become an IT engineer and you're actually working every day, 80% of your job is self-study. So if you learn how to learn, you're going to be successful. That really is IT. IT is learning how to learn and then applying it constantly. Learn, apply constantly. So yeah, no, I didn't go to school for it. I did start a degree at WGU, but at that time I already had my CCNA. I was just doing it to get a degree, but I didn't finish because I realized very quickly it wasn't going to add any value to my career, and I just stopped. So self-study is the way to go. Oh, great question from Douglas. What's the biggest career decision you regret so far? Oh, man. It's difficult to say that because I feel like every career decision I've made has kind of shaped how I view things and who I am. I think my biggest regret, and it worked out, and I'll never know how it would have worked out otherwise. My biggest regret was staying at a company too long when I should have left. So I'll give you kind of a little story. I stayed at a company. So I was at this company. I knew it was time to leave. So I started putting my feelers out there, put my resume out there, and I got calls. I got 3 job offers, really solid offers, amazing, 20,000 increase in pay, amazing. I made the mistake of taking this to my current company and saying, hey, I have this offer. I'm going to leave unless you guys can counter, which is a dangerous game to play. But they did counter it, and they made me sign a contract to stay for, I think it was a year and a half or something like that. And I stayed. And then a year and a half came by. I started getting antsy again, so I started applying, and I got another offer, another 20K increase, or I think it was more than that at the time. And I did it again. I said, I'm going to stay. And I feel like I stunted my growth crazy hard doing that when I could have just left and exposed myself to new things. So that's my biggest regret. So that's another piece of advice. I guess I should have had that on my list. Otherwise, but the list would have been 30 things. Hey, 30 for 30. That would have actually been good, but it would have been a 4-hour video. Don't stay at a company too long. Companies, don't become a company man or woman. They value you as much as you are valuable to them. And the days of being loyal to a company and getting that Rolex after a lifetime of service is gone. Look out for yourself. Get your experience, get your knowledge, move on. They will not give you raises that you deserve. You get raises and money increases by moving. Super chat from Dimitri Clark. Thank you. He says he has a home lab with an ASA 5510. That's a solid model. Got Cisco routers and switches. Working on Security Plus and I think CCNA. Dream job of being a firewall engineer, but they're asking for 8 years of experience. How do I get around that? Ignore it. Whatever job you see, if they ask for the moon, ignore it. Apply for it. Whatever firewall engineer job you see, apply for it. Doesn't matter. The thing is, like, I know firewalls. I worked with ASAs for years, from a 5505 to 5506 when they came out. Worked with 5510s, 5520s, 5525s, 5525Xs. I even, what did I do after that? We installed a big boy, like 5555, I think. I installed firepower. Like, I got to do all of that, not because I applied for a firewall job, but because I was already a network engineer at the time and I moved up, and they just needed somebody to do it. So I think maybe stop looking for the firewall specific roles, because sometimes when it's a specialist role like that, like a firepower or a firewall specialist role, they're looking for someone who's been doing it for a while, because it's like you're only going to be doing that. Maybe look for a general network admin job, and then look in the description and see if they mention that they want you to work with ASAs. There are so many like that, where it's just a general network admin job, and they want you to work with firewalls. Sometimes you want to go straight for the gold, I know, but this is where you got to be patient. Maybe just take a baby step. Jump into a network admin role where you get a little exposure to ASAs, or maybe even Palo Alto. Don't be afraid of that. Hope that answered your question. Yes, Anthony, I did announce the giveaway. I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to go and rewatch this. Adir asking, am I familiar with F5? I did get to work with F5 a little bit. Their load balancing products at my previous job before I became a trainer. They're fun. They are amazing. We put in some SSL decryption, and we had all kinds of crazy stuff going on with it. That's the thing, though. Like, I'm a Cisco fanboy because it's what I started out with. But I'll tell you something. I haven't encountered a technology I don't love. So I've worked with F5. I've worked with Palo. I've actually not worked with Juniper yet. But all these things I work with I end up loving. And there's when you learn the technology, like when you learn about SSL, when you learn about OSPF, the knowledge transfers to all these different interfaces. Like, yeah, it's going to be a different menu. It's going to be a slightly different command. But it's all the same. And you can pick it up like this. It's all fun. F5s are fun, though. They are gold standard, though. They're pretty expensive. Tori Jones asked, should I drive right into CCNA or self-study, or try A+ quickly, then CCNA? Depends on where you're at. If you think you need the A+ to get a help desk job, or if you think you need the A+ knowledge, go for A+. You don't want to get to CCNA and be overwhelmed. Also, just having the CCNA and not knowing that stuff, not knowing how to fix a PC, is going to hurt your chances of getting a job that will allow you to move up. So kind of just see for yourself where you're at. So maybe go take an A+ test, like a practice test, or just kind of gauge of where you are. But if you're already on a help desk, do not get the A+. That's you're getting a certification for a job that you already have. So if you're trying to get a job on a help desk, get the A+. Lee asks, why is Python so daunting? Any advice? I'll be honest with you, it was daunting for me at first. Man, baby steps. I'm having a blast right now going through Codecademy. They make Python so hands-on and so, I guess, incrementally easy. It's awesome, and it is complex. You do encounter complex things, and as you get to more stuff, it's more complex, but you have to break it up. You have to learn one thing. And that's what I'm doing, and I think that's probably the best way to do it. Steve, good to see you. Go get some coffee and study. Good luck. Oh, I love talking like this. Gagan Singh, I'm not sure how to say it. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. He has MCSE, which is an incredible certification. Should he go for CCNP? Only if you think it'll help your career where you're at. If you're at a place that will value, and like if they want you to have network engineer skills, sure. If you're looking at getting out of Microsoft and you want to try networking stuff, if you see the actual real light of what networking is, yeah, go for it. If you're just collecting certs, it'll take you a bit. It may not be worth just collecting. It just depends on where you are. Micah, great question. What would I recommend for a high school students wants to get out of school? Tori, you're using Mike Myers. Love that guy. That's what I use for my A+. I love that he's... All right, I'll answer your question, Micah. What I recommend for high school students is to not wait to get out of school. Don't wait. There are so many high school programs that have CCNA, and they have CCNA classes as part of the curriculum at high school for free, which blows my stinking mind. They have like that's so... I'm so mad because I didn't have that. I'm sure if it was around, I probably wouldn't have done it because I was an idiot back then. But if you're in high school and you like do what freaking Michael, why is his last name escaping me? Someone tell me Michael's last name. Michael, goodness. Well, the 16-year-old who got a CCNA and now CCNP. My advice is don't wait. And if you're graduating, man, don't go to college. That's what I told my brother. That's what I tell everyone I know. If you're looking to get into IT, don't go to college. Get a job as soon as you can. So many IT jobs, especially entry-level jobs, just want someone with a little bit of customer service experience. IT managers know. They can teach you anything IT related. They can't teach you customer service, or it'll take a long time to teach you customer service. So, man, get the IT job as soon as you can. My brother-in-law, he was IT technician for this company, and he's worked for it after school when he was like 16, 17. You can find jobs like that. So do that like right now. Start getting experience as soon as you can. And that will be worth its weight in gold. So that's what I would encourage you. Like, get it as soon as you can. Seriously. Oh yeah, Tori, Mike Myers, he's so fun. It's been so long. Trust the process brings up a good point. I'm kind of coming in late into the conversation, but I think I know what you're talking about. He says, I think the worst thing is those people who jump up and volunteer to work extra hours for free and make you look bad for not doing the same. If you want my time, you have to pay for it. That's a dangerous thing, especially when you're trying to be ambitious and move up. If you got guys who are volunteering their free time and you have a family to get home to or you have things to do, that's difficult. You have to balance that. But you know my opinion on that. I think the best way to move up is to put in the time to show that you're willing to work and put in the effort. But once you get to when I got to a point where I was a network engineer, I wasn't putting in the extra above the line time. I was where I wanted to be. I know gaining knowledge and learning was where I was going to increase, not inputting extra hours. I think when you're starting out, you have to put in the time. Gagan asks if he decided to change from systems to networking, do you think it's worth it? Honestly, I think the transition for you, and this is with me saying I don't know where you're at in your career, but I would say go from systems to cloud and then supplement with networking. That's what I would do. Cloud is where it's going to be. You could go into cloud and having a strong systems background, especially mcse. So go get your Azure Associate, get your Azure whatever. That will help you a ton. Well, guys, it's getting pretty late for me, so I'm gonna head out. So again, thank you so much for sticking with me and watching all this. Congrats to all the winners. If you missed who won, it's a little bit back. I'll put in the description who won also. And I hope you take all those courses you won or whatever tool you won and use it. Use it. Because a lot of people wanted that. A ton of people wanted those courses. And it's a rare thing to win something like that. So do something with it. And if I could be talking to you right now, if you have the resources to buy something like that, do it. Invest in yourself and get it. Because not everyone has those resources. Not everyone has... I'm going to get on my soapbox here. Not everyone has the chance to know about this stuff. When I first started going down the IT path, I didn't know this was possible. To just get certifications and accelerate your career like crazy. I had no idea. So it's a rare thing to, first of all, be here watching this and know about it. And it's also a rare thing to have the resources to do something about it. So take advantage of this. Don't wait for anything. Do it stinking right now. And That's about it. That's all I have. Thanks for helping me hit 150,000 subscribers. I did have a question for you guys before I get off. I think there's still 271 of you, so I'm going to ask you a question. And I'll probably have to read a little bit throughout the chat later. What kind of content do you want to see? I've been experimenting with different content on my channel. I've been doing a lot of Raspberry Pi stuff, some Linux stuff. Sometimes I'll talk about unlimited Google Drive storage. I know it's kind of like fluffy Linus Tech Tips kind of thing, but I think that's interesting stuff too. Do you like that kind of stuff? Or do you want me to get back to more of the roots of like just talking about CCNA stuff and maybe even doing more teaching? Or do you want me to do more broad things like talking about cloud, maybe going deep into talking about cloud and then Python? Let me know, because I want to give you what you want. I'm kind of feeling like I've been departing from that a bit, and I want to get back into that stuff. So let me know what you think. I might even do a poll later, but let me know your thoughts now so I can kind of process them. But as I'm planning, like I'm about to do my route and my switch for CCNP, so I'll be making a ton of content about that as much as I can. Linux stuff is always fun, but I want to get content that will help you. Ultimately, that's what I want to do.
Sorry, I don't know that, but I do have a skill you might like.
Alexa, stop listening to me. That was creepy. I love her. Alexa, stop. Okay. She crazy. Anyways, so yeah, I'll look through the comments later and look at that. But thank you for your input. Seriously, it means so much to me, and I love this community. You guys are amazing. Oh my gosh, it so encourages me to talk to you guys, and I'm thankful I can be part of your journeys. And thank you for being part of mine as I learn and stuff. So. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go study, I think, or relax. I'm not really sure. But tomorrow I'm starting up work again, and I got to get my discipline schedule going. I'm gonna try out a new schedule, and I'm going to be super disciplined with it, and then I'll post about how it's working for me. I think I'm going to wake up like super stinking early, and that'll be fun. More cloud. Thanks, Mitch. I will talk about more cloud. NSA spying. I'm not going to jail. Anyways, study groups. That'd be a good idea. I have some Discord stuff below. We have some stuff going on there. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. See you next Monday, and if not, a video will come sometime this week. Anyways.